Good evening.
This is reporter Jake Goldman.
And this is reporter Alex Eady.
And thank you for joining us here at Channel 7 News. Tonight we have a special where we will be venturing off the usual tide of Miami and some may say changing course.
And we'll be turning back the clocks a bit to the beautiful, ancient world of Greece.
With a mere 3 minutes, there's only so much you can cover with such a wide array of topics that comes along with ancient Athens. So we decided to set our sights on something a little more particular.
Like Sparta.
No Sparta. Government, actually.
And Sparta.
No Sparta. Democracy, actually. The radical democratic system that governed Athens from 508 to 322 BCE was one of the most significant developments in political history. It was not the first democracy. Other states in Greece and elsewhere had experimented with democratic institutions in previous centuries. But it was unique in the large size of the state being governed. The remarkable duration of the system under periods of extreme pressure and the unprecedented degree of participation that the system allowed the individual citizens.
The Athenian government of this period is called a radical democracy, or a direct democracy, because it put all significant affairs of the state to a direct vote of the people. In contrast, most modern democracies, such as the United States, are representational democracies, in which the people vote for representatives who then decide the affairs of the state on the people's behalf, as in the U.S. Congress, while the Athenian democracy was in this way more democratic than most modern democracies. In another way, it was less so. The only people who could participate in government were male citizens over the age of 18. A person could only be a citizen if both of his parents were Athenian citizens. All women, foreigners, and slaves were excluded from the government. Estimates for populations in the ancient world vary widely, but it is likely that out of a total population of 300,000 in Attica in the 4th century, no more than 30,000 men could actually participate in the government.
The word democracy, or demokratia in Greek, comes from the Greek word demos, the people, and kratos, power. The Athenians used the term demokratia with pride to describe their form of government, and they frequently referred to their state as demos, the Athenian people. The Athenian assembly, which was the state's most important decision-making body, was also commonly referred to as the demos because it represented the will of the people. Demos also had a meaning of village. The basic unit of the Athenian democratic system was the deme, a local administrative division that corresponded to specific villages in Attica or neighboring Athens. It is thought that democratic institutions of Athens grew in part out of the egalitarian decision-making found in rural village life.
The Athenian democracy was not created overnight. It is thought that in the 8th century, Athens and the surrounding territory of Attica was ruled by a king, like most of the other Greek city-states. At some point in the 8th or 7th century, the government switched from a monarchy to an oligarchy, in which a small number of landowning aristocratic families controlled the state. At this point, the office of king became known as the king archon, who shared power with two chair acrons, known as the warlord and the epinomis acron. The last archon was known as the epinomis because he gave his name to the year. At a later stage, 6 more archons were added. The 9 archons, who all came from wealthy aristocratic families, gave Athens alongside the Areopagus Council, which was made up of all previous archons and which selected the new archons.
That concludes our evening for tonight. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching, and good night! Good evening.
This is reporter Jake Goldman.
And this is reporter Alex Eady.
And thank you for joining us here at Channel 7 News. Good evening. This is reporter Jake Goldman.
And this is reporter Alex Eady.
Oh my god!
That was you.
Good evening. It would be nice if the reporter sitting brush his hair.
Okay, come on.
Nothing.